Oh, I teased people that I was drunk and I bought a bookstore. That's kind of my, it's not too far from the truth. She had started, becoming older and having some health issues, and so they thought it was time for her to sell it, so he contacted us, and that's kind of how it started. I remember the thing she told me at the time was never stop buying books, and I was like, oh, because the store was a little bit crowded, and so I kind of pared it down and, just to make more room. And now I walk around the store 13 years later and there's empty spots and it makes me really sad. And I'm like, oh, Flora knew what she was talking about. Just keep buying books because they just keep selling.
She was so knowledgeable about just the books. In general, she had a knowledge that you don't get without being in the business for many years. And she came from a time prior to the internet, so before online bookselling was huge. She understood how bookselling used to be done. That's kind of weird to say, but there's catalogs and book shows and things like that, and she had all that knowledge. And then she also had the knowledge of the beginning of internet bookselling, and so that was a lot of knowledge that she was able to pass on just through conversation.
We find stuff that, was back before the internet. So if somebody wanted a book, she had to know different people to try to find that book. We just get online and find the book for someone, So she had a level of knowledge I'll never have when it comes to that. Her and a friend owned a store up in Chicago. It was a feminist bookstore. Her husband and her came down here because he opened a restaurant called The Great Impasta that used to be here. So she brought some of the books with her, and I think she started in a corner of the store in a small area. And then over time, she bought the building and she took it over as a bookstore. So that was in I think the 80s. The downtown went through some different changes. One time there wasn't traffic down here, it was just a mall. It wasn't a very nice place to come to for a while, and she was still down here. And that was part of my husband and I's reason for wanting to buy it, because we wanted to try to help revitalize the downtown, and we knew a lot of people down here that were trying to do that. So that was part of our motivation too.
I do feel that I need to carry on the bookshop. I do feel that the bookshop itself is an important part of the community, and I like being able to be the person that people come to look for books. In my opinion, a city should have a bookshop. Like even the smallest town should have a small shop that is dedicated to books and knowledge, whether that's a library or an actual book selling shop.